Okay, so you already know the stock market is going up and down and up and down. And part of what's causing it now is that Trump's having this weird fight with Jerome Powell, who's the chair of the Federal Reserve. Trump's coming out calling him a complete loser and stuff like that. Now, some of you may not be aware of Powell was appointed by Donald Trump. This isn't some sort of like Republican hating person or some never Trump Republican. Literally, he's appointed by Donald Trump to be the chair of the Federal Reserve. And basically, they make decisions about things like interest rates. So he comes out there and he'll say like, oh, we should raise interest rates or we should lower interest rates based on like inflation. And it's all a matter of trying to either encourage or discourage companies from like taking out loans or banks from giving out loans, both to us, but also like amongst each other. If things like our inflation are bad, then you don't want people going out spending lots of money on credit because then it can make inflation even worse. So you make it harder to take money out. So basically what's happening is Powell is concerned, and all of these people in the reserve, all of these economists are concerned that the tariffs are going to impact consumer buying power, that there might be some layoffs, that it might like slow down the economy, and that if they heat up the economy by dropping the interest rates, what it's going to do is it's going to massively increase inflation, and we're going to go back through it. That it's going to be a problem of a recession that could be very, very difficult to get out of. So Trump's out there calling this guy a loser, so on and so forth, and that's causing the markets to go all over the place. What does this reveal, though? What does this actually reveal? It reveals the fact that Trump does not want the economy to be an economy based on facts. He doesn't want it to be based on what people are actually buying and selling. Okay, well, people are buying less because of the tariffs, or it's causing this much of an increase or this much. He doesn't want that. It's the same thing with Elon Musk and Tesla. He does not want people actually looking at how many Cybertrucks are actually being purchased. They want an economy based on personality. In other words, they want to be able to tell things like the Fed and the banks in general and consumers, oh, go buy or go invest in this. They want it to be about them. And in other words, what you do is you create a kind of bubble. It's a kind of personality bubble. Instead of having a housing bubble or a dot-com bubble where people are buying into things that don't really exist, and then eventually everyone realizes, wait a minute, that doesn't actually exist, and then they take their money out and the bubble pops. Well, this is a personality bubble where what you're actually buying into is the man. You're buying into the person. So it doesn't matter if their car is actually selling, or it doesn't matter if tariffs are actually slowing the economy down in terms of purchasing power. We should continue to invest in the market and heat the market up because we're buying into this person. This is an act of monarchy. In other words, they're trying to take control of the markets themselves and the free market. For those of you who are Republicans and libertarians, you should be very concerned about this, because this is about no longer the market responding to actual valuations and what people are actually buying and selling, and instead responding only to the whims of a man on Twitter.